It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out of my mind. It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, trash day, I'm putting you out of my mind. Now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up the house. I'm taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage.
It starts with some beer, so you shouldn't have fear. Two garbage guys with facts, but they both still have tact. It's that time at last for the best damn podcast. It's Can Crusher Day!
And welcome to Can Crushers. Mark Martinez, along with a host of... Oh my God, this is going to be a podcast that we all struggle with. The English professor's here, Collin Maines is here, and back from Maryland is Pat Lupino as we get ready to cover, we're going to call this what? Diamonds in the Rough? Or
oh, that's great. That's perfect.
All right, there you go. We're covering last night's Winner Takes All from IWC, and go ahead, somebody jump in right off the bat.
Diamonds in the Rough, because Diamond Cutters was the move of the night.
It was.
In fact, really was. I counted 4 of them, but one was a double diamond cutter.
And you did 6 of them.
And yeah, and I every time there was a diamond cutter, I was out of my seat. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it the RKO. It's a diamond cutter. I jumped up and did the bang!
Yeah, you might want to ask your son for specifics.
He calls it an RKO. It's a diamond cutter.
It's a newfangled RKO, that's why.
Yeah.
So, right off the get, record-breaking pre-sale for IWC, so congratulations to them. That was big news for them. The place was packed.
Yeah, it was a full house, man. It was great to see. Electric atmosphere. It was a lot of fun.
Fans were going at it.
They
weren't going at it, but they were loud.
We got there fashionably late because we ate way too much.
That was my fault. I was running late.
And no. We still could have made it. We just ate a lot. We really did. So we did miss the pre-show, which was Elijah Dean and Calvin Couture against the main event. Main event, we talked to some people afterwards. Main event got the win, so that pretty much solidifies them as being the number 1 contenders for the tag team championship.
Probably was a good match, but we didn't see it.
Probably was a good match.
Caught the tail end of it.
No, we didn't.
We didn't see it at all.
We walked in on the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then to start the main show, Palace was out to issue his open challenge. And kind of bummed we missed this because we kind of stirred some shit with Jock Sampson right off the bat earlier in the week. And Palace called him out. Jock comes on the Jumbotron and says he's not there. Lights go dark. And bada boom, out from under the ring, he takes Andy's head off with a cowbell and then leaves. And then a bull rope match is set up for December 8th.
I'd like to say Jock Sampson is gutless, but have you guys seen the gut on that guy?
He's got a gut.
Yeah, he does.
These two do not know.
Say that sounds like some fighting words right there.
Well, he started with the fighting words, man. He's calling out all the Can Crushers.
Yeah, so that's just not cool. But we did walk in, finally, which would be the second match of the main show. It was the high-stakes match. It was chest flexor.
Second match of the pre-show.
No, the
main show. That was the main show. Sorry, you're right. Go ahead.
Chest flexor against PB Smooth, against Johnny Patch, versus number 1 Brian Johnson. And just as every high-stakes match is, it was all over the place. Chest is just a performer with his title.
Yeah, and he's still the champ.
Yeah, kept the title.
Ginger blew me a kiss. Just
That
whatever
makes
that's worth.
your night.
Yep.
Made his night, yeah.
So the first full match after we got the kids settled and waved to our people and said hi and signed autographs and just let everybody know that we were there, we saw Wardlow against LaRusso. But now we'll just jump back and do our normal thing. No beer today because it's a Sunday morning. We're all kind of tired. So what do we got today, John?
We are drinking coffee instead and enjoying some pastries from Defer Coffee and Tea in the historic Strip District of Pittsburgh. It's on Smallman Street. I worked there for a few months when they first opened up. They're at 2002 Smallman Street. And let me just say, guys, I roasted coffee professionally in this city for 17 years. There's nobody doing it better than Matt and Vanessa at DeFera. These guys are amazing. This morning we're enjoying a coffee from Peru called Cajamarca. And I'm looking at the bag.
That's how you say that.
That's how you say it, not whatever the hell you said, Mark. This award winner tastes super clean, showing exceptional balance between acidity and sweetness. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit chocolatey. I would say a little bit caramelly. We also got some pastries. They get fresh pastries every morning from La Gourmandine. It's a French bakery. And I'm telling you guys, when I worked there, if they had anything left over, they'd send it home with all the employees, and eventually the other guys didn't want it, so they said, give it to the fat guy. And I just took it home with me, and I got even fatter working there. But the pastries are delicious. The coffee is exceptional. I had an espresso when I went there this morning. So
that's why we're starting late again, because you're sitting there doing shots.
I was doing shots, of espresso. Well, you guys were both like, just go to Dunkin' Donuts, get a box of coffee. And I was wearing my steel-toed boots last night, and I was just ready to pull them off and go Sergeant Slaughter combat boot on both of you guys. I'm not going, and nothing against Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not going to Dunkin' Donuts. You guys got to try this coffee. I'm telling you.
I have had
You
it.
have had it. Yes,
Yeah,
you've come to see me when I worked
tea
there. Yeah.
there is phenomenal. And if I actually would have woke up before you left, I would have made sure you got me another tin. So, no, we'll be back.
But this
coffee's
morning,
great. I love
thanks.
this stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So I had my had an espresso. We had some pastries, and I could say that this morning, so far, I have been a shoe de la creme eating, Peruvian coffee sipping, espresso shooting son of a gun. Woo! And I'm having a hard time keeping this Demitas cup down.
All right, that's his stick that he wanted to do. So
Thank you for letting me get that off my chest.
we can pretty much put him on mute the rest of the day and continue with wrestling. Thank you very much. This is good stuff. It really is.
2002 Smallman Street. They are the best coffee roaster in Pittsburgh, guys.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right. So we get to see Wardlow take on Chris LaRusso, and Wardlow comes out and he's calling out Team LaBar. So he's like, this feud is not over. And he puts his career on the line in IWC. He's like, if I don't beat Chris LaRusso, I'm out. I'm quitting IWC.
That was a good match, man. And I know people hate the term tell a story. You sound like a bunch of marks. Well, it told a good story. It was Chris LaRusso trying to out-wrestle the much larger Wardlow. Wardlow trying to wrestle back. But when all else failed, grab him by the throat, punch him in the face, throw him around, use your power and size. So it was the smaller wrestler trying to out-wrestle the big guy. The big guy just kind of tossed him around and hit him with some cool power moves.
But LaRusso had him a few times. I thought he was going down. I thought he was going to leave IWC for a little bit. But like you said, power moves finished him strong, and it was done.
Well, like Chris LaRusso, he was more of the, in my opinion, the high flyer technical wrestler. And it's always cool to see that against a powerhouse, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Me being a fashionista is going to rewind back to the beginning of the match. What the hell was LaRusso wearing when he came out? That mask, it was...
Oh, yeah, I see that.
It was
weird.
you're going to punch me because I know. It was the movie masks that, the happy and a sad one. But it kind of looked like it was demented, and he had like Jushin Thunder Liger horns hanging out. What? Chris, you've been like a pirate. You've been this. You just stick with your discount Miz. As much as you hate that, stick with your discount Miz gimmick because it's the best one you have. It really is.
It looked like the sun a little bit too, like sun rays.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. It was cool though. I don't know. I was all right with it.
I didn't like it, Chris. That's me. One thing you said during the middle of the match is 3 leg drops took out Zeus.
Yeah.
But it didn't take out Wardlow.
Yeah, but then Collin made a great point. Those 3 leg drops were by none other than the Hulkster.
Right.
On Zeus.
And he's got to Hulk up, get the adrenaline flowing
Yeah.
before he hits the leg drop.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
Yeah. But 3 leg drops and
I mean,
still can put him away.
Yeah, it still seemed effective.
Yeah.
Wardlow's just a beast, though.
Yeah.
The man with war in his name. You know,
Yeah.
He's just a powerhouse.
Oh yeah. How many chokeslams did he do? 2, 3?
probably as many F5s as Brock Lesnar did to Braun Strowman.
But infinitely more talented than
Both
that
of those guys.
hack
Yes.
currently holding the Universal Championship.
So next matchup,
Well, he finished with what? He finished with sort of an F5.
his plunge.
Onto like Labar onto.
Labar came out and
yeah,
kind
the other guy
of
came out.
caused some havoc.
Yeah.
He hits LaRusso with the plunge, and then Labar comes out with a chair, and Wardlow instantly catches the chair
Yeah.
and plunges Labar onto him and just puts a foot on both of them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Pretty much killing anything with Team Labar. He's done with them. See you later.
Yeah, I think so. Time for him to move on. And he did move on later in the night.
We did, and we'll get to that.
I'd say, and this is my first time going to a IWC event, and they filled me in. These guys were formerly a team, a stable, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so like for you guys, I'm sure there was some justification there.
Oh, without a doubt.
Seeing that.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm just playing catch up right now.
Yeah. Well, let me
me
ask.
too.
Yeah, both you guys was your first show, and Mark and I would fill you in during the course of the evening, like who's a good guy, who's the bad guy, who are partners. Do you think just jumping in now, obviously you're not going to know everything, but did they all tell a good enough story that you felt
understand
filled
some
in?
of it?
No, I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Everybody.
I think they did. You could tell who was the heel, who had control of the crowd, and obviously you guys filled us in a little bit before we got there, and that helped.
After a few beers, of course, that always helps.
Filling in, it helped. Everyone told a great story. The wrestlers, to the referee, to the
CJ
manager.
Sensation's the best referee out there in the business. I don't care what anybody says.
He got a
Even
lot of
better
slack
than your
last night
Jessica
about his
Carr.
counts.
No, nobody's better than Jessica Carr.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Moving on to the next match. It is a triple threat for the Super Indie title. Dylan Bostic against Jonathan Gresham against Gory. And this match, at one point, I said this was the match of the night. And I think it's 1A. I really do. This match was phenomenal.
You guys said that Gresham, in your own words, is the Daniel Bryan of IWC.
And ROH, because he's huge on ROH as well.
And I could see that. Not only did he have similar ring attire,
He's short.
They're about the same
short.
size.
Yeah.
and he won the match with the crossface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. He
Get
won
to
it.
that.
And the ankle lock.
Yeah.
All right, we just got to it.
We just got to it.
All
Thanks,
right,
Colin.
match over.
All right, next. No, there's so much.
Sorry.
No build up for that.
Spoiler alert.
You're supposed to say that before you say it.
I messed up, guys.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Again, only third time on the show. You're going to be banned pretty soon.
No,
I think this
overall,
guy. Go ahead, I'm sorry, Pat.
It was an awesome match. The whole way through it, they all told a great story. Yeah. First time seeing all these guys, and they're just all fantastic.
I think Gresham is the very best wrestler there is. There's no one that can do the things he does. He's the octopus, right?
He is the octopus.
Well, I will say that last night.
Here we go.
Here we go. You ready? The octopus became an amphibian because he was flying through the air.
Zing.
Are these all written down? How
No.
many more do you have?
They're not written down. They are in my heart and in my head.
Well, I'd say it was a little bit of a stretch, but I think it worked.
I actually think when Justin Plummer and the Bodies That Be set up the awards for the year, this is a match of the year possibility.
It was incredible. Yeah.
All three of them. We love Gory. Yeah. We love Gresham. And I know you guys, Bostic is Bostic, but he's good.
Oh, he's great.
He's
Yeah,
great.
he's really great.
He doesn't want to be known as a Justin Bieber anymore, which is good. That shtick is over with him, but he is great. He had a WWE tryout. He was down at the Performance Center.
Oh, nice.
I hope he gets something. And he's genuine. He really is. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But
I think, we had mentioned to you and I, Mark, had said to Pat and Colin, like, the octopus is a mat wrestler technician. It sometimes takes a little while for his matches to get going. He builds up nicely. He can hold a wrist lock for a while, or he can bend a finger for a while. We enjoy that. But maybe the kids, I hate to say the word bored, but they want to see something a little bit different. I don't know if maybe he got the memo, but he changed it up a little bit.
He did
stayed,
today.
He stayed true to who he was, but he added some new stuff, and that's why I said that, he took to the air and did some different things.
Well, that's what keeps you relevant, in my opinion, is like, you have the same formula, but every now and then, it's okay to switch it up.
Yeah.
His best match, I think, was it 2 years ago against Josh Alexander?
Yeah.
The Super Indy final.
Yeah.
It was a half an hour long, and it went to the draw, and both of our kids tapped out. They literally, figuratively tapped out. So they added 5 more minutes to this match. They could have still been going those two, and us old guys just loved it. Loved it.
Well, John, you at one point, you looked over at me and you're like, his matches aren't usually like this.
Yeah.
And,
No.
This one was much more fast-paced.
But I think having two more people, like Dylan can do kind of both. And Gory is by far the highest flyer that IWC has. Yet he bites.
Yeah.
He's a biter.
He's a biter.
That's a great shtick.
And then you have Gresham that's just the mat wrestler. So the three of them just build off of each other and told this amazing story.
Yeah.
So
You have 3 wrestlers with different styles, but it's always cool to see it work together like a puzzle piece.
And he tried to go
I think I just said that.
Did you?
Where do you come up with this stuff?
Hold on, I got a call.
He went for one of the finishes.
He did an ankle lock
He
on
did it on
Bostic.
Yes,
Spoiler
on
alert.
Bostic.
Spoiler
No, we're
alert.
here now.
We're here now.
okay.
So then what happened, Colin? Take it away.
Well, I'm having trouble remembering at the moment. But okay, he finished with a double submission, and I don't ever recall seeing that before.
I've never seen
Like,
that.
yeah, I don't
know.
say, hey, a crossface and an ankle lock, and it was pretty freaking cool.
I
Like,
didn't think that was possible, but he made it happen.
On 2 guys, just to be clear, for you people that weren't there, he did 2 finishing holds on 2 opponents at the same time. He had one in like a crippler crossface, and he had another guy in an ankle lock, both at the same time, and he got a tap out to end the match. It was incredible.
Did both of them tap out, or was it
just Dylan.
I think
Just
it was
Dylan
Bostic,
Bostic. Yeah, that's why everybody gave him
I
grief
thought-
afterwards that he tapped out.
Oh, he did tap. Oh,
Yeah.
He did tap.
Yeah, because almost immediately after, Gory kind of left the ring, and Bostic stayed there for a little bit while the crowd,
Yeah,
They
gave him the
got
business.
on him.
Yeah.
They got on him.
It was good to see Bostic come out with his other 2 titles, the Indiana State Championship and the money weight. Honestly, I didn't know he had those, and those looked sweet. Pat said one of them looked like a old Crockett title, or was it you?
No, that wasn't me. It might have been Pat. I thought one looked like a clock or something. It looked like it had numbers on it or something. Or like Roman numerals.
They look cool, though.
I liked him.
Yeah. All right, moving ahead to one of the main events. There was 3 main events on this card. So it was Team Storm, which is Jackson Argos and RC Dupree, taking on RJ City and Colt Cabana. This match was set up that it was going to be RJ City and David Arquette. David Arquette, canceled, I don't know, a couple weeks later because his movie's out and he's going through this and going through that. So he got Colt Cabana being his partner. Well, RJ and Colt do not get along. They're good together, but they just cannot be on the same page. We could look at it as a couple old school wrestling teams, like the Rock and Sock.
I was just thinking the
They
Rock
couldn't
and
get on
Sock.
the same one. We can name a ton of them. But just as Colt's ready to introduce RJ, because Dave did a horrible job last night introducing
Yeah,
RJ.
come on. You're talking about the excellence of entertainment. He needs a proper introduction.
So
And that's all he was trying to say to the guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So Colt gets on and does this amazing introduction. Lo and behold,
Out of nowhere.
David Arquette shows up in Pittsburgh.
The David Arquette.
Yes.
WCW World Champion David Arquette. Scream David Arquette.
The one and only David Arquette.
He's in good shape for an older man,
He's
too.
in great shape,
I mean,
yeah.
a lot better shape than I'm in.
Well,
Yeah.
after all those pastries, really?
10 pastries this morning? What's that?
But I just want to say, Colt Cabana, his intro for Arquette was perfect because it matched up with
RJ City?
RJ City.
Yeah, yeah.
And out of nowhere, David Arquette, and the crowd went nuts.
The crowd, they ballistic. So, one thing I did like, RJ City was so pissed that he came back to Pittsburgh, though, And his Sheets card doesn't work anymore.
His points expired.
Points expired.
Yeah.
That's
that
tough,
must
man.
suck.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've all been there at one point.
I'm actually on the cusp. If I don't get so many points right now, I'm going to lose a point. So after this, me and the Little Can Crusher are stopping at Cheats. I need to keep them going, boys. I really do.
Little Can Crusher and I. Anyway.
All right. So this was the battle of Knee Arthur against Calgar Knee.
Yes. And they both went for a knee at the same time. They both pulled down their knee pads to show us the knee pads underneath. And they both went for their knee, and they clanged knees. And if you guys have ever clanged knees with somebody else's knee...
I've clanged ankles playing extreme soccer with somebody,
That's
and
right.
we almost broke our legs.
Yeah. Extreme soccer. Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
With the
banged
basketball.
knees. With the basketball. Oh, wow. The basketball coach was mad. Anyway.
So a lot happened during this match. It was very chaotic. Everybody was in, everybody was out. RJ wouldn't make a tag with Colt. Colt wouldn't make the tag. Team Storm's just being dastardly. There's a dastardly amount that I have to get, by the way. If you haven't listened,
Yeah.
I have to say dastardly
It's the
so
word
many. Yeah.
to say. Yeah.
Just being dastardly in the match, and finally, David Arquette gets involved.
Yeah.
Team Storm hanging out on the outside just got thrown out. David Arquette on the top rope. Suicide dive, wiping out Team Storm.
And he landed it pretty good.
Oh, he
too.
hit him.
Yeah.
What I don't get, though, with Colt Cabana, and I know he's a fun guy and whatnot, this is a chance for the IWC Tag Team Championship with a guy, with whom you've never really teamed up, if they've ever teamed up at all, I'm not sure. But you have an opportunity to win the championship, and, you reach in for a tag and your partner goes to tag you and then you pull your hand away. Not like you're turning your back on the guy, but as a joke. Then he goes to tag again and you pull your hand away. I would just think that you'd want to take a tag team championship opportunity a little more seriously, especially against a team with the kind of continuity that Team Storm has.
Well, they seem to be playing around with each other. There was a lot of entertainment in the match of them playing with each other.
RJ City's like the king of entertainment.
Excellent
That's why.
entertainment.
Excellent.
Okay. So we're going to have crickets now because I got corrected?
I got my red pen. I'm going to correct you the rest of the way.
Oh, wonderful.
No, I thought you have a shot at a title here. You should take it seriously.
Yeah, Cole was playing around a little too much, and
Yeah.
they should have gotten on the same page, and that would have helped him out a lot. But they didn't.
And there were a couple times they stopped and looked at each other like, wait. And then they do something to kind of show off for the other.
Right.
Right.
They're trying to one-up each other.
And they're like, what move should we do here? And that's stuff you got to figure out.
Backstage.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the locker room.
Together.
Yeah, Team Storm had it
didn't-
together. They were doing double team moves, and Cabana and City just didn't know what to do next.
That's why they couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So finally, RJ City, after David Arquette does his suicide dive, calls David up on the ring, and he's like, "What are you doing? You could have gotten us disqualified. Stay out of the, you're our manager, but stay out of the match that much." More or less, that's what he was saying just about. And then he gets rolled up.
Yeah.
And Colt couldn't make it back into the ring, and Team Storm keeps their titles.
Yeah. They wrestled a good tag team match. Even earlier on when they were going for their pins, where'd they go for the pins? Their half of the ring.
Yeah.
So that if it's a 2 count, they can make a quick tag to their partner, or it gives either RJ City or Colt Cabana that much more distance that they have to travel to try to break up the pin.
They're just wearing the man out.
Yeah, it was good tag team wrestling. You could clearly see
I'd say they-
who the champs
fundamentals.
were.
Well, they clearly had chemistry.
Yeah.
No chemistry on the other side.
Nope.
So after the match, Team Storm just celebrating. David comes into the ring, and this is one of John's high spots. This is where the double stunner, RKO, diamond cutter,
Depending on who you ask.
yeah, whoever you
Ask
ask,
his son; he'll correct you on
Yeah.
everything.
happened.
They got schooled.
David Arquette hit both Jackson Argos and RC Dupree and laid them out.
Double diamond cutter.
I'm calling them diamond
Diamond
cutters.
cutter.
Yeah. And then you turned around and looked at me, Pat, as soon as I yelled bang, because it brought back a fond memory for us.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell just a quick story?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
3 of us here are Pitt Bradford graduates. Pat is not, but Pat used to come see me at college. We went to a fraternity party, and then I drove, so I stayed
Barely.
sober.
Barely drove.
You got your license at that point, didn't you?
But we, I waited a while to get my license.
Well.
We just, I don't know, we felt stupid. So we were just driving around Bradford, PA, doing the diamond cutter. We'd park the car in the middle of the street, jump out, yell bang. We did it to one car. They jumped out of the car. We're going to beat us up. We jumped back in our car. But anyway, the ride back from Bradford to Ridgeway, Pat was just so obliterated.
And it's about an hour, folks.
Yeah,
I mean, people that aren't aware of it, it's about an hour.
That fraternity party with the natty light or ice or whatever it was, I had too many.
Yeah. So Pat's like, pull
how
over.
many did you have to drink to get a buzz? Like,
Oh, a lot.
Pat's like, pull over. So I pull over. He pukes outside my car, gets back in. It's cold, if I remember correctly, because it's
wintertime.
northwestern Pennsylvania. So I got to drive the rest of the way. I don't want Pat puking in my car. He hung out of the passenger side window up to his waist. And I drove with, because I don't want to lose him. He's my friend. I drove with one hand on the steering wheel and one hand in his belt loop. The whole
Holding
way.
his ass the whole way.
So he didn't fall out of my car.
That's a good friend.
I think he got a little bit on the door because I remember how to drive my mom somewhere the next day.
Oh,
And she goes,
like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, she's like, what is this? Is this grease or oil? I'm like, no, I'll clean it. Don't touch it. So anyway, that was the reason that was a memory is because we went around doing diamond cutters to people in the middle of the night.
And it fits
almost got
diamonds
beat
in the
up for
rough.
it. And that's why, we're calling this Diamonds in the Rough.
that
So,
was a great story. Like,
big news. I got to go backstage and talk to a few wrestlers. We have a couple interviews, but this one a lot of you don't know. I ran into David Arquette backstage.
Nice.
And he gave us a few moments just to talk about the match tonight. Possibly something we could work on later to talk more with David as we exchange cards and emails and such. But here is what David had to say about last night, and thank you, David, for coming on Can Crushers. And we're backstage at IWC Winner Takes All, and we ran into David Arquette. David, you said months ago that you weren't going to be here, and then you showed up to surprise Pittsburgh.
Oh, good.
Wow, what a shock. And Colt Cabana and RJ City, what's up with them? You're a little twisted.
They're awesome. I mean, they're both super pros, and I was lucky that Cole could help me out by coming here. And I had surgery on my elbow. I had a movie that the dates keep getting pushed and wiggled around, so I was able to come here. Wasn't supposed to wrestle, but I didn't really wrestle. I sort of did some stuff.
Yeah, but you got involved in the match. Top rope, diving out onto Team Storm, pretty much taking them out, setting up for the victory. And then again, Colt and RJ just not on the same page.
No, those guys have to play better together. There's a lot of animosity. I mean, Colt's the real, veteran and amazing wrestler. Tremendous actor too.
Tremendous actor, yeah, in Chicago PD. Is that what we
That's
called
right,
it?
that's it.
Okay, just to make sure. So, David, I want to thank you for a few seconds just stopping by. So he knew that they weren't on the same page too. But he got a replacement, to help RJ because he didn't know if he was going to be there. So, great interview. Whatever. He's
You
good.
interviewed David Arquette.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, WCW champion on Can Crushers.
I got my picture with him because it was David Arquette. I mean,
Right?
During the course of the evening, Mark was way into David Arquette. And he's nudging me like, come on, get up. It's David Arquette. When are you going to get this chance again? And I, for a while I tried to stay true to myself and think, this is the same guy who was WCW champion, and we all know what happened after that. And
WCW blew up.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
But then I got into it. I couldn't help it. It was pretty cool. I mean, the guy clearly loves professional wrestling.
Not to be that Mark, I got the first high five as he walked out from the curtain.
Yeah, you had the perfect seat for that.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, I actually pushed my son over to get it, but
Yeah.
I still
you
got
got
it.
to do what you got to do sometimes.
That means more to you than it does to Ethan. So.
No,
Arquette's
he was
a
happy.
super nice guy, though.
Yeah, he's a
nice.
good
Well,
dude.
Just a quick little backstage story that I heard about years ago when David Arquette guest hosted Raw. I guess he was like the most beloved guest host because he not only went up to the big stars, but he went from the smallest guy on the crew to like
So Rey
the biggest
Mysterio.
stars.
Is that what you're saying? The smallest?
Smallest guy. It could be. Hornswoggle, perhaps.
all right.
But
like,
Hornswoggle was probably there by then.
from Hornswoggle to the Big Show, David Arquette, I guess, paid attention to everybody and was a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah, he seems to love wrestling.
Yeah.
Ethan was just enamored that he was married to Monica from Friends.
Yeah, they split like 3 years ago. But-
Yeah, something like he's
Yeah.
remarried now.
Yeah.
and so on and so
Paul
forth.
missed Paul missed it then.
Yeah, Paul.
He loves that movie Ready to Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a huge
Yeah.
Jimmy King fan. That's the only
Yeah.
downfall.
Ah, okay.
He would have hated David Arquette. After the intermission, we're back, and it's Jamie Jamison against Judo Steve LaBelle. And like I've told this story a couple times, Jamie about 1.5 years into the biz now. Judo just a couple months, but Judo's an RVD type guy, and he's good. You pointed out he had the Ricky Steamboat boots on last night.
Yeah, with the toes. Yep. I noticed as soon as Jameson came out and got in the ring, he got in the ring like more of a pro than he ever has. You know, and it's just little things. From the way he wiped his feet to the way he stepped through the ropes and bounced off the ropes, he just seemed to have more confidence.
He's got a lot of big things coming. I really do. I
Yeah.
like him. I really do. Just the hugeness of him. And nothing against you, Jamie, but you're big. You know, you're a big guy that can move.
I love that you said wipe your feet. I always watch like these indie events, see how many guys wipe their feet. It's a little, let's see if they do it or not.
I say I'm gonna be that guy. This was my least favorite match of the night.
Good job. Good
I
job,
say,
Colin.
All right, he's got
I'm sorry. I enjoyed it. I guess it could be because I'm new to IWC. I just wasn't that invested.
There's not a big storyline right now with these guys. Like, both of them are kind of storyless.
Yeah.
So there's...
like a filler match.
yeah, and
Well-
after intermission match, to make sure everybody else gets their asses back in their seat match is what this was.
Well-
John calls it a popcorn match.
That's what the Honky Tonk Man told me it's called.
Well, also, I didn't really know if they were heels or faces. Like, I didn't.
They're
really,
both...
They're both faces.
Yeah.
Like, well, because at the
Ish,
end,
yeah.
and you know, they held each other's hands up. You know, this guy's awesome. This guy's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
thing like that. So clearly, they were both faces. But I just, from the crowd's reaction,
Right.
and your guys' reaction, I was just kind of like, ooh, you know.
It started out being a headbutt match. There was probably 20 headbutts in this
Yeah,
match.
punches and headbutts. Yeah.
Real physical.
Yeah.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Judo played too much to the crowd. Jamie just caught him with some big moves, and then
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was a quick match. It was a
Yeah.
quick match. And hugeness is not a word.
All right. Well,
Bigness is a word. It's a rare word that, you know, is...
we make our own words here.
Oh, okay. We're making our own words. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Next out comes Bearcat Keith Hott, and he talks about just the battle for this whole year that he's had with Culmination, how he's lost, not lost, but they've gotten injured. Hooven's hurt. Sean Phoenix is hurt. Santana Diamonds is hurt. Like, Jason Tyler's got a concussion. And he's saying, at first, it's my fault that you guys are in this battle with me. It's my fault. It's my fault. And then he just breaks. And he says, it's not. It's you guys' fault. And I got my best friend. You know, we reconciled after a couple years. And the first time I ever won the tag team championship. This guy's going to come back, and we're going to get rid of you.
The shame of this was that on a night of diamond cutters and what were called diamonds in the rough, Santana Diamond was injured and couldn't be there.
Right.
But that promo, that interruption from the Culmination was just awesome. Those guys are cool, man.
Yeah.
They sort of, I couldn't really tell if they were like in a playground after hours, but it was dark around a fence
It
and
kind of felt like a cult.
yeah.
Feeling like, and it was a very well set up promo. Like,
Yeah.
very,
Awesome.
Very
I
well
liked it.
coming from the broadcast majors.
Yeah.
Very well edited, and it was effective. I had no idea who he was beforehand, but I just went, this guy means business.
Yeah.
So Colin Delaney coming back to
Jesus
IWC on December 8th, and him and Bearcat are going to team up and take on Culmination. So watch for that. We'll be there to cover it. But he's not pissing around anymore.
No, he's done. He's done.
It's business.
The Culmination went down the list of injuries too. That just seems sadistic. Everybody had whatever they. Go
That
ahead.
was a great way to get under the skin, though.
Yeah. Like Santana Diamond, just for example, broken nose, your fault. Blood around the brain, your fault.
It wasn't my fault.
That's when John tapped out. He doesn't know who Snitsky is.
Yeah, I don't know who Snitsky is.
I didn't know any of these guys, but it was a great, fantastic promo, though.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Bringing the 2 cents in from Pat. Moving along to the next match.
That's why he's here.
Don't listen to him. He's a little mean. On the
He is
show.
mean on Sunday.
Speaking about under the skin, my rash is starting to itch again, and I don't have my cream. Bulk Nasty against Jimmy Vegas. This match is just the 2 big guys. The 2 big guys in power.
Sorry, I quit listening after Rash. What was the next match?
Yeah, I didn't get that either. I was laughing.
Jimmy Vegas. Jimmy Vegas and Bulk Nasty. Yes.
The big guys.
And this was from what you both told me. Jimmy Vegas is one of IWC's first.
Yeah,
Correct?
founding father.
Yep. He was part of a crew there for a while that was known as the Founding Fathers, the Founding Members, or...
I literally just said founding fathers.
Yeah. All right.
We
Literally
might
just
need some more coffee here in a little bit to wake
some
up.
Jameson in or something. My God.
We just repeat what you say, Mark. You're our leader.
So Bulk controlled most of this match with the power. He said it during the match. I'm bigger. I'm younger. I'm faster. And he did. He controlled Jimmy for the longest time. But since he plays to the crowd and he can't read, he can't count, and he's just a showman.
Oh my God, the crowd just tore him off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kids were yelling at him.
Sylvan was out.
Sylvan gave everybody the business last night.
Literally the business. Because there's my
Oh,
quote.
there's quotes.
Air quotes. There it is.
The business was in everybody's face last night. So Vegas hits 2 angle slams, more or less. Just because Bulk is pandering. Boom. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. Two angle slams, and that's it.
Yeah.
It was overall just a powerhouse kind of match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big hits, big moves, big guys.
I guess that settles that.
I would think that feud's over.
I would say, I just want to say, Bulk Nasty, he was a heel, obviously, but he had like a comedic presence, too.
Yeah, he's got that shtick.
Well, like, at one point, he... turned to the ref and was like, I swear to God, if you count any slower. And, he just played it up with his eyes rolling. He's sitting there
and you don't talk to CJ that way. Once again, it was CJ in this match, and you don't talk to CJ that way. He's the senior official. He doesn't take...
Yeah, a lot of people were yelling at him about his counts, though, that night. He wasn't the only one.
Well, no, yeah. CJ is CJ. We love him. Then you have a huge announcement of what actually is December 8th pay-per-view event, whatever you want to call it. It's going to call the first annual Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. And at the tail end of this, we got to talk to Justin Plummer, and I'll throw it at the end of, instead of throwing it here so we can just move along. Plummer talks about what this is going to be, and wow, we got the promo card, and there's going to be some championship matches and everything, but this is just, wait till you hear Plummer's interview. It sounds pretty cool. It really does.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that, because when I saw the word classic on there, I said to you, Mark, I thought of the 1985 Wrestling Classic tournaments. I thought that's what it was going to be.
Right.
But maybe Justin's got some different plans. We'll have to hear what he says about that.
Yeah. So, moving along, the second of the third main events, Katie Arquette with Calvin Couture and Elijah Dean, the Man Dime, will take on your IWC Women's Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And Britt's been missing in action for a bit.
Yeah.
A bit. And talk about the match.
Well, what's her intro song, right?
Bad Blood.
There was a lot of bad blood leading up to this match. A lot. And it started out, I think the ladies were thinking, I'm going to out-wrestle you. Because it started with some holds, some submissions, what Mark would describe as the catch-as-catch-can style. But then it quickly devolved into, no, this is personal. And they just started punching each other in the face.
Fight.
Elbows, knees.
There's a little bit of pulling the hair.
Pulling hair. Yeah, this was personal. This was really personal.
And then halfway through the match, like the crowd was giving Britt the business.
For not being there.
For not being there. They were giving her like the Brock Lesnar treatment.
I was gonna say, like, I wasn't sure who the crowd wanted to win more at one point, because at one point they would cheer Katie, and they'd cheer Britt.
They're back and forth
Yeah,
all night.
yeah, they were.
Which was great because that means the fans were into it. They were into it from the word go.
And they
we
told a
say
great
this.
story.
Thank you. I was going to say somebody's got to say it. The story was there.
Yeah.
The story was there. The build up and just.
And they both delivered on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if Britt's not there, Britt's working, you guys. Not to get into this again, but where's Brock? What's Brock doing and whatnot? Britt's
Man,
working.
you
so
really hate
I
Brock,
can't stand
don't
him.
you?
I get things that I can fill out for the WWE surveys.
Surveys is the
Thank
word.
you is the word I'm looking for. All right, corrected the English professor.
Nice.
The student becomes a teacher.
So I'm a dean now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
you
you're the
must
dean.
be.
Yeah, dean of student affairs. And they asked, do you have any recommendations? Please be specific. And I said, please, no more Brock Lesnar. But anyway, back to this match. She's in other places, so she's
she
working
is
her
legit
tail off.
in ROH. She's in Rise. She's in Shimmer. And people, she really is a dentist in Florida. She really is a dentist in Florida. She's always doing something. She's not sitting back reading Hunters Are Us like Brock Lesnar or eating Jimmy Johnson's or wherever the hell his sponsor is.
Yeah, whatever's on his shorts.
Yeah. So after interference from anybody and everybody, the Man Dime and Calvin.
And then they got thrown out.
Yeah, they got thrown out, and Britt setting up for the super kick, and Katie moves. And CJ, his head popped off last night off of that super kick. He got it in the corner, and he kind of did a Ric Flair out of the ring, and he was done.
He just stands up and falls down.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see CJ next month after that kick. I don't know.
Thank you, Britt.
I wonder if he's
What?
recuperating.
You don't like...
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I know he's your guy, but he misses some things during the course of a match that upset me.
Yeah, you were
Anyway.
calling him out on it, too.
I was, yeah.
You were
Like,
holding it back.
at one point, they were holding her title, and you're like, it's right there.
Yeah, come on, CJ. I know it's tough. I know there's a lot of people outside the ring,
Open
but
your
man,
eyes.
open your freaking eyes, dude.
All right, well, I'll jump on you one time, CJ. You can't count by the feet. You did that.
That was this. Was that this match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be up by the shoulders.
You
Yeah.
can't count by the feet because her feet could be down as long as they want to be.
It's the shoulders that matter.
They could be down for a 10 count. She could just be sitting there. And if you're going to count her sitting, she could have lost the match as soon as she got into the ring.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, had he run to the shoulders, we probably would have complained. Oh, he was out of position.
Of course
so he had to
we would
run.
have. Of course we would
So
have.
yeah, that was a
Just
lose-lose. But
nitpicking.
Yeah.
yeah, you got to be closer to the shoulders to.
I love
to
you,
make the
CJ.
count. You got to be closer to the shoulders to make the count.
So after the super kick that takes out CJ, a replacement ref comes running out. None other than
David Arquette.
Katie's cousin, David Arquette.
Wow.
And Britt's like, it's you?
Yeah.
And then, boom. Britt loses the title.
But he was fair though.
He was
Yeah,
fair.
I was wondering if he was going to full-blown be a heel ref.
Danny Davis fast
Danny
count.
Davis,
That's
yeah,
what I think,
like-
Danny Davis.
Or like an Earl Hebner Montreal screw job.
No, he was fair.
He was fair, but you can't have a family blood ref.
No, he was
Not
still,
a title
still
match.
pulling for it because he's
Yeah.
like, you were so close.
There's
I'm
a
like,
conflict
you
of
can't
interest.
do that.
Yeah, it
Should have
intermit-
brought anybody else out.
At intermission, he's hanging out with Katie.
Yeah.
They're exchanging fur coats.
Yeah. Credit Katie though. She took Britt's finishing hold and she basically took it away from her because she had that so well scouted.
She looked at film.
Yeah, she must have.
looked
She must have. And they've been in the ring with each other before. So,
Several
So they know each
yeah.
other.
So she knew that hold. She reversed it into a pin, forcing Britt to have to break it so she doesn't get pinned. She put it on Britt. Britt reversed it. Katie reversed it back into that hold. So she had that hold scouted
Well
top to
scouted.
bottom and ultimately beat Britt with it. That's what was a shocker.
And we got to go backstage and talk to Britt. And here's what she had to say about the match and what's coming up with Britt. And we're backstage with Britt Baker and Dr. Britt
There you
Baker,
go. Check
DMD.
this out.
Britt, I have to say, former IWC heavyweight champion tonight, is you got done dirty, more or less.
I know. She actually got my own submission on me too, which makes it hurt a little worse. But
That was my point exactly. I know there was a lot of interference, Britt, but in the end, she got you in your own submission hold. She got a submission out of it.
She got it clean too at the end. So.
All the battles you ladies have had, you have a little bit of respect for.
Absolutely, I don't think anyone could not have respect for her after that battle tonight. She definitely underestimated her a little bit, and that's by far the best I've seen of Katie Arquette, and I think she has a bright future ahead of her.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
She actually called you out last Saturday in Clearfield. I reached out to you. You're just doing matches all over the place, so couldn't actually get in contact with you, but she was giving you the business last week, so, Katie, but she gets respect.
Yeah, it hurts me to say this, but because we're big fans of yours, Britt, but she talked it and she walked it.
She did, and we can say what we want to say about her little friends, her little partners, but like at the end of the day, she won. It is what it is. So
that's IWC. Now I'm a huge Rise fan. $4.99 app, by the way. If you don't know, I pump it all the time, week in, week out. Last time we saw you on Rise, you had a kind of little vindictive streak. I know you're in Shimmer, you were in ROH. Let's just talk about where else you are.
So I'm hopping all over the place. Like next week, I will be at Bar Wrestling in Los Angeles. It's Joey Ryan's promotion. So much fun. If you guys know, with Joey Ryan.
It's actually on the Rise app. They've been putting it on the Rise app. Cool. It's fun.
We have Rise, Shimmer coming up, WrestleMania weekend. I'm House of Hardcore. When is
with
it?
Tommy.
Yeah, first week of December, second week of December, I believe, as well as a signing over in the New Jersey, Philly area. Also have a couple more Ring of Honor bookings, I know for sure, set in stone. So who knows? Who knows where I'll pop up?
We see you front row of NXT every once in a while as well, because you know somebody there.
I know.
It's
There's
just
one person there that I'm like a fan of that I just feel obligated to support.
We are too.
You've been a former champion before and you've come back, so you're down now. But is this the last we've seen of Britt in the IWC, or is there maybe another title reign you think in the future?
This is my home. I would love to be back, but kind of as far as same deal as the last 6 months goes, I can't show up uninvited. So if I am booked, I will be here and will accept any and all challenges. So hopefully you guys can get in Justin Plummer's ear and tell him you want the Mayor of Britsburg back in action.
Justin, she's got to have a rematch clause. There's got to be something in there.
I agree.
Longest reigning IWC Women's Champion for sure.
Heck yeah.
So, Britt, thank you for joining Can Crushers, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Britt.
you.
So it sounds like, she's ready for the return match. We need to work it in, but let's see what Justin does.
Yeah, she deserves a rematch. And in all seriousness, guys, Britt, you are nothing but class.
Yeah,
you
we
really
love
are.
you.
You're a champion through and through. You had us so wrapped up, both of you ladies had us so wrapped up in this match where we're like, she's going to lose the belt. Oh, she kicked out after getting hit with the belt. She's going to keep it. I bet you she keeps it, and then they let her give it up. No, she's going to lose it. To tap out like that and pass it on to the next lady, you are a champ.
I just want to say, you ladies had some spots that looked absolutely rough on you, but you guys took it like champs, and it was awesome.
Because they're both champs now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they are both champs.
And great story.
And Britt, I personally didn't know you that well, but my friend Mark here has talked about you so much, and you met all my expectations that were set through him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've watched her on ROH All In on that fantastic 4-way match, and that was just amazing. And then this match was just fantastic.
And props to Katie, too.
Yeah, Katie did a great job, too. First time seeing them both live, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
They delivered.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Personal level, I'm going to step back from wrestling right now for a minute. Britt, Mark talking, I want to thank you, Punxsutawney girl that you are. and just taking to, I'm going to speak for John as well, our boys. If you got anybody to love wrestling more, you got these guys. These guys look for you. Look how many times they've walked past anybody and everybody to make sure they came over and gave you a hug. They came over and said they love you. And that's on you, Britt. You are a wonderful human being. Best of luck wherever you go. If we don't see you again in IWC, as a dad, thank you for loving our kids, more or less.
Perfect.
So thank you, Britt, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Hopefully we see you again at IWC. So bigger things, of course, but hopefully we see you soon.
And I want to keep in contact with you and that guy that you know.
Katie's exit, though, like when her cousin put the jacket on her and the entourage was posing.
The streamers.
Yeah.
It was movie star.
It was movie star-like. And then when they were leaving, they posed in the entryway for a second, and then she turned and exited. It was like, I don't even know, like something out of the 1940s or 50s Hollywood. That was really amazing. And again, you guys, better than I can talk to the production quality of that.
It was what I was going to say. The IWC Women's Division is in great hands with Katie.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like royalty.
Yeah.
When they were leaving, when David put the coat on her, she had the beautiful coat, the beautiful belt. And, of course, her herself is beautiful. My number is 814-5317, if you're wondering. But, no, it was awesome. You played it up very well, and I hope to personally see you again.
I personally believe that they were going to some Hollywood premiere or
going
to see
party.
David's movie or
After
after
party.
party.
Next
Yeah.
That's it. The Great Gatsby. It reminded me very much of Gatsby, like just very classy, very Hollywood.
I think Sylvan was still
Well
giving
done,
her the
Colin.
business there at the end.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we're to the main event of the night, which pits the IWC heavyweight champion Jack Pollock against former IWC heavyweight champion, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer. And this is a Extreme Rules match, not an Extreme Rules match as I have written, but anything goes. Anything goes. And let me just, this is a note that I wrote so late, but I have to get it in. There was a lot of water spitting last night in people's faces.
Yeah.
I hope some of them show Pat how to spit water because
It's not that hard.
He still cannot spit water.
Every time it happened, though, you guys were like, "Hey, Pat,
I know. Give me the business.
Like,
if you don't know the backstory of this,
but please tell the backstory
on the Facebook page. I got married last year, pretty much a year ago now, and we did wrestler entrances. Watch them; they're hilarious. We have the Iron Sheik, we have the Macho Man,
Hacksaw,
we have
Jim
Bailey, Hacksaw, Flair, and Triple H was there. Okay, Triple H. The night before, Pat had to practice drinking water and spitting it, and he couldn't. He's like, I got it. So you watch Pat walk into the venue. He takes a drink. You clearly see him swallow it, and then he has to take another drink and spit it. But the spit did come out like Triple H, but it's just...
I nailed it the second time around, but...
He just can't drink and spit.
Well, I mean, you're not taught to do that. I mean...
We're right.
Your mom tells you not to do that.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just being a good kid. You know what I mean? Like...
All right.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
I mean, I'm going to defend Pat here. I mean, every time something of that nature happened, you were like, "Hey, Pat."
Oh, yeah.
Even when we were at dinner, you were like, "Hey, Pat, it's not that hard." And there was no spitting at dinner. Like,
Just give me the business.
All right. Dreamer, Pollock, somebody go.
Go ahead.
the promo beforehand, I thought was absolutely excellent. Set to Aerosmith's "Dream On," and you know, having old footage of Tommy Dreamer with the IWC Championship, like facing Rhino. I thought that set up the match pretty well right beforehand.
I've always loved Tommy Dreamer. I've been a big fan of him for a long time.
He's a legend.
Yeah, I mean, super legend. Even when he sports out the Living the Dream shirt, the American Dream polka dots and stuff like that, just amazing. Still has it after all these years. He's just great.
Jack Pollock is a fellow coffee connoisseur too.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
I don't know if he still works in that industry or not, but I know he did for a while. He's an excellent barista.
Oh, so he's really not
Nice.
from Canada?
He trained there, I believe.
He-
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But he represents it well.
yeah. Turned his back on our country though.
So this match, Extreme Rules, and it didn't start out Extreme Rules. It was just a wrestling match for a while. Back and forth, and, both of them hit their spots.
Yeah.
Tommy did the elbow from Dusty, and...
Came out in polka dots, by the way.
I just said that.
What is wrong? Why do I not?
Now you're just not listening to me.
She is...
I'm
I
sorry.
think they need our cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Holy
She
cow!
just said that. All in all, after kendo sticks and tables and this and that, Team Storm comes out to help Jack, and then
They stomp in a mud hole in Tommy.
Yeah.
main event comes out to help Tommy, and Tommy says, "Take care of them." The main event.
Well, in true ECW fashion, he says, "Take care of those mother."
right.
Yeah.
So he gets them out of there, and then it just comes out to being, a fight.
Well, at one point, he pulls Dudley Boys, get the tables.
Yeah. Tells the main event to get the tables, which they never used during the course of the match.
They didn't, but it's set up.
Yeah.
It's set up. All of a sudden, Jack Pollock turns into Shinsuke Nakamura. He hit 2 Kinshays or
What is it? Say it again.
Kinshashas or
Bring
Kinshays
Silver
or
down so you can pronounce it for me.
whatever they're called. Whatever they are.
And that's what did it, right?
Yeah.
it was
He
enough
hit
to keep Tommy
one
Dreamer
and Tommy
down.
kicked out, a little bit more of a scuffle, and then all of a sudden he hits one more and boom.
Yeah. I was hoping my New York boy would bring the belt home, but no such luck.
No such luck. But after the match, Tommy's
laid out.
Still needs a little help because Team Storm's coming back out and this, that, and the other. Wardlow
He comes out.
comes out and gets rid of Team Storm and plants Pollock through a table, spears him through the table in the corner.
A
Drove
Goldberg-esque
Oh, he's
spirit.
drove him hard.
Even worse than Brock.
And we were sitting right there where the table was set up, and if you look at the wooden part smushed, but like the metal part kind of stayed intact and was like digging into Pollock's back. So
He had a welt. Did you see when he rolled out?
I missed
there
it
was,
now.
There was a hell of a
And
welt.
that guy,
He puts his body on the line.
like nobody else, Jack Pollock's body goes through hell working for IWC, guys.
And
Wait,
he's
he's still
working
the
for
champ,
us, the fans.
He's still the champ.
As
You're right.
bad
Pat.
as he is, as bad as my wife despises him. She wouldn't even spit his way last week in Clearfield. But he does good. He does his job.
Yeah.
We
character.
hate him for a reason,
Yep.
but he's a
Say
hell of a
he-
worker.
Yeah, he's effective. And
Yeah.
that spot with the table, too, that looked rough.
Yeah.
I mean, no table spot looks great. I'm not like, wow, I would love to do that.
Right.
Once I would.
Okay, maybe once. I will agree with you there.
I'd like to put somebody through the deal. I wouldn't think I would want to be the one going through.
Well,
the
you're
table.
kind of like Rhino.
Yeah.
All three of the Team Storm guys, though, they make you want to like them because they're so cool, right? So you feel like dancing along or whatever. And then they do something, you're like, now I remember why I hate you.
Yep.
Yeah, they're so good, man. The three of them are so good.
So after the match, Tommy kind of passes it along to Wardlow to take on Pollock in the future. We don't know if it's next month or not. And then welcome some people into the ring, and the show ends.
Yep.
Oh, you forgot the...
The 50-50? I don't know who won the 50-50.
No, not the 50-50. I didn't win the 50-50.
I didn't win.
I wish
so-
I would have won it. No, the kid he brought in, the one kid gave Pollock the slap. And
Right
that was a
across
good
the
slap.
face.
A little punch.
Because he's like, kid, I meant for you to slap him, not punch him across the face.
And
Like, you
that's
must
how
be
I can
for
tell
best-
you're from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like,
But he's actually from Ridgeway.
He's from Ridgeway. Well,
We know
that's
that.
how we know he's from Ridgeway.
Right,
gave him-
because
gave him a
no
shot.
rules
Yep.
happen in Ridgeway.
Yep.
So, and then one of the fans' mother came in too.
Phyllis.
Phyllis came in, thank you. Phyllis came in, and Tommy pretty much made out with her.
Oh, he like the big smooch on her.
I heard you're a little slutty. Give me a kiss.
Yeah.
Wow, we
That
just went
was,
downhill all of a
that
sudden.
was-
Oh, that's what he said.
Well,
Tommy said it.
Tommy said it, yeah.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, should I go there? Then John,
Of
you
course,
just went,
John just whipping it out. So
Figuratively whipping it.
yeah. Yeah, Tricia.
That's it. Thankfully, you guys can't see.
But at the end of the night, Tommy gave a great speech, though.
Yeah,
He did. He did about unity and kind of. I kind of referenced some of it in the Plummer interview that I have. So before we get to Plummer, we'll end with. Let's go to Plummer now, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Backstage at Winner Takes All 2018, and we finally tracked down the owner of IWC, Justin Plummer. Welcome to Can Crusher.
How did you find me? I specifically told the staff, hide me from Mark Martinez and the Can Crushers. And here we are. You found me. Here I am. I don't even have pants on right now.
You don't have pants on. Thank God we don't have video yet.
Or
Jenny.
bummer, we don't have a video right now.
Jenny would be very upset. The main owner of IWC.
That's right. That is true.
So, what a wonderful show tonight. Stars like Colt Cabana, Tommy Dreamer, RJ City, David Arquette showed up, and we got him on our show.
Oh, you did?
We did.
Oh, good. Yeah, he found a way to make it happen. That's
out
all
of
on him.
nowhere.
He did that all on his own. Legit. Last minute, found a way to get around all the hoops and stuff and showed up. So I thought that was totally cool.
To bring that to Pittsburgh, what IWC does for this area, Tommy said it great. It brings everybody together as a community.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm stealing that, the love for wrestling. Wonderful.
I always said that. Like, when Trey passed away.
Yeah.
And just through other things, like, this is the one thing we have where in the outside world it's weird as hell.
Right.
Like, wrestling, let's laugh at it. But, like, you come here and, hey, tonight there's probably like 500 people and
Record
it's
setting.
not weird.
Record setting?
I think we didn't count yet. It was record setting pre-sale.
You're not going to let bulk count, right?
Bulk can't count, so I hear. Yeah, we'll have to check it out. I haven't gotten any of the numbers yet because I've been working hard. You know what I do.
Yeah,
I'm
you've been
working.
doing nothing. First of all, my beef is Britt gets a rematch, right? She's got to. The outside interference, the shenanigans, she's got to come back. It's in her clause. You're working on it.
You're going to have to come. I don't know what's going to happen.
I will be here. I've been here for like 5 straight years. You know that.
Well, everyone who's listening's got to come. Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a fair assessment. I think Britt deserves a rematch, but we'll have to see. She's taken off, an ICWA Academy graduate. That's our training school here, and she's killing it. So, she has a busy schedule, and we want her to get as much exposure as she can on these big things. So it's definitely a possibility in the future. We're always talking. We talk every week. But we'll see what happens here.
Tell us for a few more graduates that are pretty big that we know of.
I don't know if you ever walked with Elias.
No, who is that guy?
Some bearded dude in the WWE. He's from here, and of course the names of our school have changed, the trainers have changed, and everyone, comments that, but the culture's always been the same at our place. So, and right now we're producing students that are working a lot on the local scene at rates that we've never have before. I mean, we were starting to pump out 5 to 8 graduates a year. We're running 2 classes now per year, once every 6 months. So we're looking at over 10 guys, and they're all working. If you go to a show in the tri-state area, I can almost guarantee you that you're seeing at least one of our guys on there.
For sure, and I have. I've been to other organizations. Don't smack me for that yet. But, yes, they're all over the place. And I say, I know him from IWC. I know him from IWC. All right, let's move ahead and let's talk about next month's show, December 8th. It's a little bit of a different show. It's the first, Pittsburgh. You know it better.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. We're going to try it out. And if it goes well, we're going to do it every year. And, a lot of big names come through this area, come through IWC in particular, and the spotlight sometimes is on them. But what we want to do is we wanted to start ending the year. And Winner Takes All was sometimes like this, where it was mainly local, or not just local, but regulars.
Right.
And even if they were from out of state. But it was our guys. And that's why we were always so proud that Winner Takes All did so well. But we wanted to kind of separate that and establish a new event to end the year that highlighted the best in our city, whether you're native to the city or whether you're here every month. And that's what we're going to do. And so we'll see if people want to come and see that. We're going to try to put together the best matches that we can possibly put together. Kind of throw out some of the other stuff if we have to, just to get some great matches in there.
So
almost
not a
like
tournament.
a super indie. Not
a
a tournament.
Okay.
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. We'll see. We're still tossing around some ideas. and we're still keeping some ideas under wraps.
Well,
but,
of course, you always do, and you need to.
Yeah, but we have some big plans for this. We're going to go all out, and hopefully we can deliver because we've set the stage now, so we kind of have to. We'll see.
You do. From our experience as Can Crushers, you do deliver every month in, month out. So, all right, I see the wife's got stuff packed up, and I know you got 3 kids probably starving because you haven't fed them all day. So I'll let you go home.
All right, I guess we're going to the bar now, so.
That's even better. I have to take my child home. So.
Oh, no. Bring him to the bar.
Oh, that's a good parent.
He looks like he's thirsty.
He is thirsty.
They do have wings, though. He could get some wings if he wants to.
And he is hungry again.
All right.
So, thank you for being on Can Crushers, and we'll catch you next month.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Always. Thanks.
All right, back, and Justin, big news. I really like no tournament. Not that I really like no tournament, but he's going to get the best of Pittsburgh wrestlers. Kind of break lines, and then put on a hell of a show. So I can't wait for the 8th.
Yeah,
I want to see who he's going to bring in.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait.
So hopefully you two Jagoffs can come back.
Well,
Pittsburgh turn.
Okay. Wow. Thanks.
When in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, when in Pittsburgh, use
I'll try.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah,
So,
I'm looking forward to it.
We rate by a 6-pack, okay, of cans. You know the rating system, so
Yeah.
you go first and they'll catch on.
Out of 6 beers, there was absolutely nothing wrong with this card. I'm going to give it a 6-pack.
I would say I'll give it a 6-pack. I'm going to be a bandwagon like you.
All right.
But I was just kidding.
Yeah, first time there, I was happy the whole night through. 6-pack all the way.
Justin, without a doubt, you pretty much got a case of beer here tonight, buddy.
Nice.
See that, huh?
Yeah, John can count.
Quick math. You got a case of beer tonight from Can Crushers. This was a hell of a show.
Saying from mine and yours first time, I was impressed.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
I come back, definitely.
Several match of the years.
Yeah.
You know, this is where you're going to get, the voting happens in about 2 months. So let's see where it goes from here. And guys, I don't.
Well, to Pat's point, the speech that he gave after the match, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
We probably should mention that.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah, because he was referencing the tragedy that happened a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and he was referencing everyone being brought together with pro wrestling: white, black, Chinese, Catholics,
Jews.
everybody
Yeah.
just sitting together, just having a good time, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
And hate's not the way to go.
Yeah. And the interesting thing is he was dressed up as Dusty Rhodes.
Saying that.
And Dusty Rhodes had a similar promo years and years ago that was really touching too. And that's what it's about, guys. We all love this crazy, wacky, zany thing called pro wrestling, and you don't care who the man or woman sitting next to you is.
They're your best friend that night. I mean, we always have a group, but if I would go individually and I sit next to somebody, I'm going to end up in that guy's ear, or that woman's going to come right over to me and say, it's a clique. It's our own nerd
It's
herd.
our own fraternity.
Yeah.
I mean, at the one
Speaking
point,
of fraternity, oh man, do I miss them?
At one point, one guy was coming through the railing, and there was a kid next to me, and I was holding the railing up, and the guy, I didn't want that guy hitting the kid.
That kid almost got it.
He almost got it.
Yeah.
But Plummer went over and talked to him.
Your knees took the brunt of it.
No, that was earlier.
Oh, that was earlier?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a mishap. I got kicked in, but it's whatever. It happens. That's a price you pay for admission, though.
That's right. Yep. Anything
Wow.
can happen.
Yeah. The back of your seat tickets say, hey,
Yeah.
injuries on you.
I know.
Especially,
Word for word, that's what it says. Hey,
Yeah.
injuries are on you.
Yep.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, remember, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. Lots going on this week. We will be back Wednesday, maybe a little bit earlier, depending on what's going on. Catch you soon, guys. Thanks, John Patalano. Thanks, Collin Maines. Thanks, Pat Lupino. Britt, we love you. David Arquette, Justin Plummer, the rest of the IWC roster. Thanks for putting on a hell of a show and entertaining us and our kids. As dads, that's what we love.